LARP. If this word gave you chills or goosebumps, I'm so sorry. I should have warned you with a jump scare sign. If you don't know what LARPing is, you're either an elder millennial or your scroll time is not 12 plus hours just like me. So let me introduce you to this beautiful concept real quick. So LARPing, it's basically a brain rot word, just like Riz and, I don't know, gooning and mogging. That means to replicate someone or to pretend to be something that you're not. So a good example of LARPing is when you, broke 16-year-old teenager, go to the supermarket with your fake Louis Vuitton wallet and pay for your chips with it, flexing it to the 9-to-5 low-paying employee. Even though the wallet is fake, you still pretend it's real, and that's a good example of LARPing. You know, each day that passes, I believe more and more that we actually might live in a simulation. Because there is no way the world's just getting so crazy and weird. So a few weeks ago, probably, a new culture thing has been emerging on this amazing world of the internet, which is called LARP tubing. So LARP tubing, it's basically the combination of YouTube and LARPing. And we get the LARP tubers, which basically are channels, YouTube channels, that pretend to be famous YouTube channels that already exist. So we have a LARPing channel for Penguin Zero, which is called LARPwin Zero. We have a LARPing channel for Markiplier, which is called LARPiplier. And it's all funny until now. You know, you see all these channels of random YouTubers. In this case, it's of random people pretending to be famous YouTubers, the so-called LARPers. And it's all funny and it's all a meme until we actually get deeper in this hole and discover that there is a channel which is called Techolarp, which is pretending to be Technoblade. So for you guys who don't know what Technoblade is, he's probably one of the, if not the biggest Minecraft YouTuber that ever existed, at least in my opinion. He was really, really influential in the Minecraft community on YouTube, and not only on YouTube, like on the entire internet, whether it be Twitch or Twitter or whatever internet platform you're in. If you search Minecraft content, you were probably gonna see Technoblade somewhere. Well, sadly he passed away on June 2022, if I'm not mistaken, because of cancer, which is, in my opinion, the most disgusting and putrid disease to ever exist in this world. He was a fighter, and it gets really deep and obscure when in the middle of all of this joke emerges a channel of a guy who pretends to be him, speaks like him, acts like him, has the same mannerisms as him, plays the same games, does the same challenges, the same videos, everything. I don't know. People find this funny for some reason. Like, there are a lot of people who defend this channel and defend what he's doing. For me, it's just so morbid. Like, there's something really weird and uncomfortable and morbid and obscure to that. To just pretend to be a person who's already dead, who already passed away. But not pretend like softly. Actually pretend to be that person, like speak like that person, talk like that person, act like that person. It's just so weird, especially if the person is not here anymore, right? Like, it's totally fine to be like Penguin Zero LARPer or Markiplier LARPer. Like, they're still here, they still make YouTube videos. You're just a meme if you're LARPing them. But this Technoblade situation is different. So people are pointing out a lot of problems with this, and I'm gonna talk about the main ones and give my opinion on it. So the first one is the fact that this person, who is using the image of Technoblade to make this channel, is making a lot of money out of this. It's creating a big community, a big everything. It's taking a lot of advantage of someone who already passed away, of the work of someone who already passed away, of the image of someone that already passed away. And that, of course, generates a lot of controversy. People start asking and questioning if that's even morally correct, if that's acceptable. In my opinion, it's completely not acceptable. It's just weird. I don't know why somebody will do this, but his story doesn't end here. So people started calling him out for this. And about the money question, he said that he was planning on donating all the money generated with the YouTube channel to a charity. He just didn't know what charity yet, but he was planning on doing it, which still does not change the fact that what he's doing is just so weird, and I don't know, man, it's just crazy. But I think it's a little bit better than him keeping everything to himself. That would be like the peak wrong. So another thing people were pointing out was how Technoblade's dad was reacting to all of this, because after Technoblade passed away, Technoblade's dad came to public on the internet in order to, I don't know, honor his past son and try to keep a little bit of his legacy, not letting people forget who he was. So he became very into the community, right? The Minecraft community. He became very into that in honor to his son. So of course, with all this controversy of LARPing channels, Technoblade's dad was quickly informed about what was going on with his son. Not with his son, but with the channel LARPing about his son. It's just so weird that we are using this word, which is supposed to be a meme and funny word, to talk about a serious situation. It's just so ironic and uncomfortable. So when people started confronting Techolarp for this, he came to public and said that if Technoblade's dad ever reached out to him asking him to stop this, he would immediately stop it and stop doing what he was doing. But until that, he would just continue doing it. So Technoblade's dad eventually came to public and responded to all the controversy, but his response was basically neutral. He didn't say he wished that Technolarper would stop doing what he was doing, but he also didn't say he agreed with it. He said something like, "I've been avoiding addressing this for a while now, and I'm still ruminating the whole thing." So he clearly appeared uncomfortable with the whole situation, and he was not able to strongly say that he didn't want that to keep happening, which for Technolarper was a message to keep going. Then in addition to that, one of Technoblade's friends, Skippy, even participated on a video collaborating with Technolarp, pretending it was a video of him collaborating with Technoblade, because Technolarp is a LARP of Technoblade. And this just doesn't fit my mind, bro. I just can't get my head around this. It's just so weird, because we're now talking about a person who was actually a friend of Technoblade, who met him, who talked to him on a daily basis, that is not here anymore, that is passed away. His friend is collaborating with a person whose whole purpose on the internet is to LARP and pretend to be the dead Technoblade. This is just so weird, bro. Like, what the fuck, man? It's just so weird. Like, I could never in a million years do anything like this. I just can't get my head around how he could do this. Like, if for some reason one of my friends died, I could never, like, even 2 or 3 years later, go, like, play with a guy on the internet who's pretending to be my dead friend and make that gameplay with him an actual role play of pretending that I'm playing with my friend. Like, it's just so confusing and so weird. Like, it just gets worse and worse and worse. Well, the more I think about it, like, it's crazy. Of course, I'm not the only one that thinks like this, and most of Technoblade fans didn't like this idea. So, for example, Tubo said, "Is it safe to say I'm not really sure if I'm a fan of this whole LARP account? It just feels off." And then someone replied, "You're not a fan of a dude impersonating our dead friend?" And he said, "I know, right?" Then the same person that replied in the first place also said, "Weirdly enough, I'm not a big fan of the dude pretending to be my friend who died too young." No amount of money donated will ever get you away from taking the work of someone who poured their soul into it and just start pretending to be him without any sort of thought towards his family. Reanimation of a corpse, except it's some dude who clearly does not actually care. It's just weird, bro. It's just crazy. But it gets worse. Techolarp saw these pronunciations by Technoblade's friends and even answered them. And what do you guys think he said? Well, he didn't give a flying fuck. So he basically said that he didn't care about anything that Technoblade's friends were saying, and the only thing that will make him stop pretending to be Technoblade will be Technoblade's dad personally asking him to stop. Which is also crazy. Like, it's such a disrespect because, of course, the dad, it's the ultimate person. Like, if it didn't respect the will of the dad, that will be like straight up wrong. But also not respecting the opinions of Technoblade's personal friends, it's crazy. And for me, it's just too much disrespect. Remember, this is a stranger that never knew Technoblade in real life, never talked to him, and it's literally pretending to be him on a stupid LARPing channel to make money out of his work, out of who he was, out of the legacy he left behind, and to create a community, to make money, and to make a living out of that. It's just nuts. Well, with all this negative attention towards him, Techolarp even came to public saying he was being doxxed and that his family was being threatened, which is also, of course, not a right thing to do. But you know, the rule is clear. When you're in the internet and you do something wrong, if people can, they'll do something like 3 times worse to you, no matter what. Nothing is fair on the internet. Everything is like ultra exaggerated. At least that's how I see it. But yeah, he's being doxxed. Well, to finally put an end to this story, Technoblade's dad came to public and made a second pronunciation, where this time he was not that neutral, and he clearly requested Techolarp to stop doing what he was doing and to stop pretending to be Technoblade. And after that, Techolarp actually honored his word. So after that pronunciation by Technoblade's dad, he decided to rebrand his channel, stop pretending to be Technoblade, and start doing its own content. And that, of course, generated even more controversy, because people were expecting him to delete the channel after Technoblade's dad pronounced himself. But that's not what he did. Instead, he kept the channel, he kept the momentum, he kept the views, he kept the money, he kept the fame, he kept the community, he kept literally everything that he earned from pretending to be Technoblade. And now he's gonna use that to his favor by creating other types of content, but with the community and the views and the momentum that he generated by pretending to be the past son of someone. That's just weird, man. That's just, I don't know. I would even dare to say that's evil. I feel like deep down he's not an evil person, but he definitely took advantage of the situation for his own good, which I don't think it's correct. So that's basically the end of the story until now. He earned 200,000 subscribers very quickly, you know, by joining this trend, this LARPing tube trend. And now he's gonna keep doing his own stuff with the subscribers he earned by pretending to be Technoblade. And where I think he really missed hard about all this is in not putting himself on Technoblade's dad's shoes, in not thinking about how Technoblade's dad's and actually entire family would feel with all this happening, with a stranger on the internet pretending to be their past son, taking advantage of the legacy that their past son had left behind, and making money and building a community on that. Again, I just think it's crazy. Every day that passes, I just think our world is a total social experiment. This shit can't be real. Like, people can't be real, especially internet. Every month, something crazier than the previous month happens. It's crazy. It's like a movie. It's like scary movie. You never know what's gonna happen next, but you know it's gonna be bad. I just wanted to yap about this. So yeah, see ya.